DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you're well. It is warm here again. I don't know, it says 30. It's probably right, 30 Celsius. It's maybe a tad less hot than yesterday, but then again, I mean, we're not in the middle of the city. In the middle of the city, it goes up a bit, but it's kind of warm. It is. I mean, some people will tell you it's summer, which it is. Hmm. The media, though, is going on about how hot it is, and I get that. They were saying world's record heat wave in the south of Spain, 46 degrees, and I think it was it Sevilla? I'm not quite certain. Anyway, somewhere down there. And the only thing that they forgot to say though is that in 1965 they had 45.2. So I guess it's just about the same. But they'll say like they were saying highest ever since it's been measured, and I get that. It is true probably, but you know I'm not trying to be climatoseptic or a denier. I'm just saying though that sometimes the media in every situation does not. Well, I mean, basically that's part of their job, isn't it? Lie. I was going to say fast say things in a way that's so I guess anyway, whatever. Went over to the dermatologist today, and well, it was my yearly checkup. But I mean, I go several times a year actually, and every time I go, he has a field trip with liquid nitrogen. Well, he's okay. I mean, he loves his liquid nitrogen, and whenever he sees a little thing on my skin, basically, it's always in my head. So and my neck. But those of you who recall or been around with me for years know that I have had skin problems and a few, basically a couple operations, which are okay. Things are going okay, but I have to be careful. Oh, if any of you are wondering, what I'm wearing here is a pilgrim's hat. It was given to me by my daughter-in-law and son. It's from the northern part of Spain, so Galicia, and Saint Jean de Compostelle, or Compostela actually, and that's why there's the kind of, I don't know if you can actually see it. There's a shell. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, up there. And I guess it makes sense because it's a hat that's made to really protect your head from the sun. I will be bringing it with me, but I've got a few other hats which are more, so to say, high tech. That they really protect and block out the sun rays. Like, so what is it, 50? But this one is kind of cool. You can make the Australian style, or you can make the cowboy style, or whatever. But actually, when it's really sunny, I just as soon have the big floppy style. Yeah, anyway, and it's one of these one size fits all, so it's maybe a little touch too big, but anyway, whatever. I wasn't meant to, I wasn't expecting to chat about the hat, but I know that, as all of you know, I kind of like hats, yeah. Oh, yesterday we had some workers over because in my office upstairs, where I do vlogs sometimes, we have a sky window, and it's been there for close to 30 years, 27 years now, and it was leaking, and we had to change it. There was just like no coming back. So we had people over yesterday, and of course, it's not quite the same dimensions. It's the same company. They've changed the dimensions a little bit, and so on. So you can't just it's normally these things are almost plug and play. Not in this case. No, they weren't able to do that. So they had to really cut into the roof a little bit, just a little bit, but a little bit's enough. And of course, it was just a little bit wider and so on. So, add all that up together, and of course, it changes the cost. I was almost going to say tenfold, but I think I'm not very far from that actually. It's a big difference in price. I seriously think though that companies, and it's not the people that did the work. I mean, we know this group. I mean, and they've worked here before. They're honest. They're good. Uh, their prices are not automatically the absolute cheapest, but the quality is there. The only thing I was just going to say is though is that the makers of these windows. So the company's name is Velux, Velux, and they change the sizes every now and then, and I think that's probably a good marketing strategy, isn't it? You change the size of a container in food and stuff like that. Well, probably you do the same thing in sky windows. Oh well, anyway, so of course there was one or two things. Everything's this is a German speaking group, so I had a chat with the manager this morning because there's still some work to be done, but I said you forgot to install one add-on. I mean, because I said I know it's a sky window, but when the sun is very strong, I want to have a kind of a shade on it because he put on a UV blocker, basically kind of a screen. But I said it doesn't cut out the sun, and I had one of those on the one before. So he said, okay, so we'll look into it. I told him, it's the usual thing. But, and he sent me the offer in German, and I probably glossed over it too quickly because I saw, there was a screen, and it said something about sunblock. I don't know, there was something about sun blockage or something like that. But that wasn't exactly what I had said. It's no big deal, but yeah, that means that it wasn't actually put in the same day. Always the same thing, I guess. When you do things, you got to double and triple check. And I suppose that when it's not in your mother tongue, you should probably check 4 or 5 times as well. But anyway, whatever. So I called him up this morning and we chatted in German, but we chatted and it was okay. Actually, I think the guy who answered the phone was speaking to me in Swiss German. Yeah, he was. It's not that different, but it is in a bit. Yeah, but yeah, languages. It's kind of fun. I mean, I just get. I kind of amused actually because I end up speaking a few languages, but I hated languages in school when I was in school. Like French. I went in school actually. My grade school was in French, and I hated grammar and stuff like that. But yeah, it's. But of course, a language isn't only grammar, so that's the whole thing. Right now, I'm reading a book in Spanish, though it's All Things Great and Small by what's the name of the veterinarian who wrote that? Doesn't matter. And yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I have read the book in English, but many years ago. But it doesn't matter, I kind of like, I know the drift, so that's a good thing at first, if you can take a book that you've read before. But I have read now a few that I did not read before, so it's getting in there. It actually is. Oh, it's hot, and I think I'm going to go back into the shade. This weekend is my second grandson, so the youngest grandson's birthday. Well, actually, it's on Friday, but we have a birthday party at their place with the aunts and uncles and the grandparents. So there's the grandmother, so my daughter-in-law's mom and Mrs. DC and myself on Saturday afternoon. So it's going to be fun, yeah. And he's so funny because he didn't ask me for a toy. He asked me for an electric toothbrush. Yeah, kind of amusing, but there's a Lion King one that I got him. So it's an Oral-B Lion King one, and I got a few extra brushes because I know his brother is probably going to want to use it, and so there'll be brushes, and so basically he'll be able to, if they want to share. You know how kids can be. Anyway, but it's amusing because he saw our electric toothbrushes and he said to me, Grandpa, could you get me one of those? And at first I didn't even realize that they had them, for, well, he's going to be 6. But yeah, actually they do. But I have to say I have my doubts. I mean, I know that his parents are going to have to give him a hand, because I don't think at first that he will do it right. It'll be a toy, but if he uses it correctly with time, good thing. Oh my goodness, I'm coming up to 11 minutes. I'll stop there. Yeah, I will. Okay, so be DC signing off. Take care. I'm gonna go inside. Yes, I am. Bye bye.